And welcome back to the show, everyone. My name is John. I am your host.
Grand Risings, and I am your co-host, Mark.
Grand Risings to all of our fellow basement dwellers, I guess.
Fellow degens, our cavemen's, our basement dwellers, whatever you want to call.
Our cavemen. I like that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Fellow cavemen.
Let us know in the comments, what do you all want to be called?
Yeah.
Our fan base.
We've been trying to figure that out for a couple days, but I like that. I like that. Cavemen.
Cavemen?
Yeah.
Okay, so you all have now been ordained. Take your drinks, pass them to the left, pass them to the right. Welcome now to our tribe,
back.
cavemen.
Welcome to the cavemen tribe.
Yes, a Diet Coke.
Yeah, we're
We're
starting off with Diet Coke.
Mm-hmm.
I have prepared a drink for me and Mark, but because there's very little of it, so I also brought a Diet Coke to kind of make up for that. So
I thought the Diet Coke was supposed to like go in the drink.
no, unfortunately, it's just I was just like, there's so little of it, and you're probably gonna get thirsty along the way. So let me just bring in a Diet Coke, satisfy you.
You know, my dad, he's a diabetic, and I grew up actually drinking Diet Coke, and it's so weird because there are so many people, and unfortunately, Mike is one of them. We love Mike, but Mike is one of them, who are like, Diet Coke tastes better than regular Coke. And I'm like, on what world do you live in? Because you're not living on Earth. Because, I don't know. People will swear that Diet Coke tastes better than regular Coke.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Well, it's not supposed to. You're supposed to know it's diet because it's supposed to be better for you.
But is it? Like, no. You know what's really funny about Diet Coke is that in a lot of third world countries, they don't call it Diet Coke. They call it Coke Light or Light Coke because the word diet is like very taboo because most people don't have enough to eat. So it's like, I don't want to be on a diet.
wait.
I'm so serious.
Wait, like in Europe or just the whole world?
No, like in Africa or Southeast Asia, it's called Coke Light.
Light.
Or like light Coke, and it's green. Well, it's not gray.
Well, see, what's better for you, Diet Coke or Coke like zero sugar?
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
because you got Coke Zero, Coke Zero, Diet Coke, and then maybe a couple of others. But it's like, aren't they kind of the same?
My dad says Coke Zero tastes the best out of all of them. Like out of Pepsi Max, Diet Coke, Coke Zero tastes the best.
Because Diet Coke still has it has 40 milligrams of sodium in it.
I think it's because Coke Zero improved on Diet Coke. So you have Diet Coke, which is just a staple, but Coke Zero is like, it just tastes just like Coke, but no sugar. Which I'm just like, how? What are you putting in there? Like, what are we consuming?
Yeah, they took out the sugar, but then probably put something else.
Like, what carcinogenic ingredient is in Coke Zero for it to be tasting like that?
It still makes me feel better as a person. Now that I know I'm being a little bit more healthy than usual.
You know that...
So I'll take what I can get.
Mm-hmm. You know that when I was younger, my dad used to have like the liters of Diet Coke, and that's all I used to drink. Like, I wouldn't drink any water throughout the day.
Really?
Like, I would just drink like 5, 6, 7 glasses of Diet Coke.
So like, how thirsty would you be? Because like,
I would chug Diet Coke.
Well, you can keep drinking Diet Coke, but then like eventually, like either the syrup or something, you will feel more thirsty after drinking a soda than you will be by drinking water.
I just would drink Diet Coke, like, and I wouldn't brush my teeth.
Oh, come on! And your teeth were all fucked up. It stains them very quickly.
Yeah, well, coffee is just my diet stains my teeth, so I like to say
that's a problem for me. That's a problem with me for coffee because then like I have like 3 cups of coffee. Also, you know what? I went to the doctor's recently, and I asked him about it. I was like, because everybody's like, you drink so much coffee, like how are you able to do all that? And then I asked the doctor, I was like, is there any like bad things for drinking? Like if you drink like 3 cups a day, is that harmful to you? And he was like, in the 25 years that I've been a doctor, I have not seen one study where having an extra amount of caffeine in your system per day is detrimental to you in the long run.
He's bought by Dunkin'. He's bought by Big Coffee.
So he's like, having 3 cups a day will not harm you.
Yeah, I think it's just more of people, I don't know, just being haters. Like I don't know why. Like so many cultures like in Europe, they live on coffee. Like in the line of work I do, we do some business with like Scandinavians. Bro, what I tell you, they've told me like they'll drink like 5-6 cup of coffees a day. Granted, it's not like our sizes, it'll be like smaller, but that's still a lot of coffee, and it's stronger and more concentrated coffee, so it's not like diluted.
Yeah.
So it's just like I don't know what people are bugging out about.
I still enjoy it.
You know, I love coffee. Nothing beats a good, like, after you had a really, really, really fulfilling meal and you're super stuffed and they whip out that espresso or they whip out that, you know, that cappuccino or that coffee and you're like, woo, woo. Like, that hits different. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you got to jump on it. That go to your nearest restaurant, get stuffed to the gills, and then you go, let me get an espresso. Guarantee you, you're going to feel so good.
Comes with the lemon peel, or you can get some Sambuca in there too.
Ooh, I never had espresso with Sambuca.
It's good. You got to try it. It complements it very well.
You know what's actually kind of the best espresso I had? And I'm not really a big espresso guy, but so I was in Italy for my high school trip, and we stopped at this Italian like rest stop. Yeah, it's like a rest stop. Walk in, and there's a coffee bar there. So I just go up, and I kind of was like, oh, you know, can I get an espresso? And they're like, yeah, it'll be €2. Give the euro, and I took the espresso shot like a shot. Swung it back, burned my fucking throat.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. I was like, oh shit. So I had another one. This time I sipped it. When I tell you, I was on the bus like bugging out.
Really?
I was like,
wow.
Oh, I'm ready to go. Like, I just want to get off the bus, you know.
See, that's the weird thing is that like I can have like 3 cups a day. I'll have like an espresso shot, and then I'll just feel nothing. My heart won't be palpitating. I won't feel like more or less energized. I'll feel like normal wise. And then if I do it at night, I can still fall asleep. It's one of those weird things for me.
For me, it's if I have coffee later than like 10 o'clock, it's going to be hard for me to sleep. But if I have coffee at like 8, 9 p.m., I can go to sleep, no problem. I know that a colleague of mine, his last job, they had an espresso machine, like an actual, like what you would have in a coffee shop.
Like a few $1,000s.
Yeah, like a $5,000 coffee machine.
Damn.
And they didn't have a barista there, but like the receptionist knew how to make espresso because, you know, like they would have clients. And so she's like, you want a cappuccino? You want this? You want that? So she actually had to know how to make these drinks. And so they would constantly be asking for espressos. And he was like, I would drink like 9 espressos a day.
Oh, shit.
And I would be bugging the fuck out at my desk, hitting my nicotine pen, hitting my...
Oh, my God.
So he would be having his freaking, you know, Nick stick, like... that, then swinging back espressos. This man was bugging the fuck out at his desk. Like he literally like would have his hand on his desk, and it was just like he's like his hand
He's like
couldn't sit
shaking.
still.
I want to try. I want to like experience that firsthand. I actually want to feel. I want to know what that feels like. 'Cause,
Really?
Like even when like having a Red Bull or a Monster, I'll feel nothing. It's crazy. No, literally, like, I will feel nothing.
You know what's so crazy?
I don't know
like,
what it is.
This can't be your brand because for the audience, John will go to bars and he'll be like, the drink's not strong enough. It's juice.
But like in an hour, I will feel absolutely nothing, and I'm
You'll
like
be
legit
I'm
getting
stone
upset.
cold sober.
I'm like legit getting upset like after 2 hours. Like, why is nothing hitting me?
You're
I
like-
spent all this fucking money.
You're like looking at the bank account like red, 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 red. You're like, I am sober. Or like now it's just like you're seeing red, 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 and the coffee's like, I can go to bed right now.
Yeah.
Remember when I made you Death Wish coffee?
Yeah, you made that right before we did a Mario Kart tournament,
And
which was awesome, by the way.
did you feel anything?
I think I felt it a little bit especially during the race, because like that's when we were like, like, oh shit, oh my god, I'm in second place, I gotta make it back up. Like that's when I started feeling it a little bit, but it didn't last very long. It was only for like maybe like a few minutes.
Oh shit! You know what you need to buy? Cocaine energy drink. It's my dad used to get it. It was, I don't know if it's still illegal, but it was illegal in the state of Texas. So if Texas outlawed it, then that shit is like...
And that means it's strong.
It had one
Coke?
can of cocaine energy drink was equivalent to, I think, like 4 or 5 Red Bulls.
Really? Oh shit.
Yeah, and like 8 cups of coffee.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah,
So, like, when you
and it
really
was like
gotta
a
stay
little
up
can
studying,
like this Diet Coke.
when you really gotta stay up studying.
My dad would just drink them on the regular at one point. And my sister like shat on him, was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, you're gonna die." So he stopped like getting them.
Oh wow. Okay.
But he would just be like casually drinking them. I remember
Well, like
having
on the job or like off work. What?
like just like on a weekend, he would just go into the fridge and just take out a cocaine energy drink and just start drinking it.
Oh wow.
I was never a big energy drink fan because I think just growing up, especially like with your family and then another friend of ours who, you know, obviously you guys were both Italian, so it was like coffee was really big. Because I think it was with you guys I had my first cup of coffee.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I don't remember it, but I'm pretty sure it was your family where I had the first cup of coffee, because when my dad brought me to Jimmy's, this is, you know, shout out to Jimmy's, but he brought me to the old Jimmy's on Story Avenue. He was like, "Oh, 2 cups of coffees, Mark. Mark, you're old enough. You can have a cup of coffee." I just put milk, 2 sugars, all this. He's like, "What?" What? And I was 13. Been addicted ever since.
Damn, you started at 13?
Yeah,
I think
13.
I started way earlier than that.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, of course.
Like, do you remember your first cup of coffee?
It had to have been like definitely not a Keurig machine. It was like one of those old, like where you had the coffee grounds,
Like the mocha pot?
No, it was like those coffee machines. You put the
Is it the French press?
you put the filters. You put the paper filters, then the coffee grounds on top of it. Then you close the coffee thing,
it was one of
turn it
those.
on, and it spritz water through it.
Yeah.
My grandparents had one of those, and I probably just had a cup of that. Like, we're talking like more than a decade ago.
Really?
Yeah.
So were you like over or under 10? If you had to take a guess.
I feel like it was probably under 10.
Oh, wow.
Maybe under 10. But it was like that was like the time when like I over poured the milk, put too much sugar.
Yeah.
Because like I didn't like the bitter taste. Now it's like I like having a stronger bitter
burn.
coffee.
Yeah. What's really funny is my dad really likes coffee. My sister, not so much. She's more of a tea person. But I sometimes will go for a cup of tea. But what I also really like about coffee is it's very like, you know, social, you know, and it's like, oh, let's go get a cup of coffee, or, you know, oh, let's, you know, I'm going to grab a coffee. You want to come along, and stuff like that, you know. I know that I really want to try Turkish coffee. You know, it's like the one in the sand, and then, you know, it comes up. It's like infinity. And
like
when
physics somehow does it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Cool. That's really cool, though. I want to try that.
I do want to try it. And then I heard that Ethiopian coffee, I don't know how they make it, but like in Ethiopia they make this type of coffee that's like super strong. It's like like stronger than an espresso, stuff like that. And I want to also try that. And a fun fact about coffee is the second most traded commodity in the world.
I'm not surprised by that.
Do you know what the first one is?
Is it tea?
No.
Is it some type of drug?
No. Well, okay, unofficial.
All right, just tell me.
It's oil.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Well,
so
it's not a drug.
No. But like if you were about to like throw in like cocaine or something like that, I'd be like, oh, maybe, I don't know. But
yeah, good point. Oil. Yeah.
Oil and coffee are the 2 most traded commodities in the world.
Interesting.
And although this is unrelated, have you heard about the olive oil epidemic going on?
The olive oil epidemic?
So apparently, like, Southern Europe has had a horrible olive oil harvest, or olive harvest, like all across Southern Europe. So olive oil, like Costco Kirkland olive oil, went from $17 a bottle to $24 virtually overnight.
Shit. Damn, okay.
So I don't know if you're going to feel it yet or not.
Maybe, I don't know. We have like a bunch of it down here. So.
So y'all are stocked up.
Yeah.
So I may come and raid your closet then.
You raid my cellar.
Yeah, raid the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I know for Christmas, not to like dwell on this too much, my grandma really likes Mike's Deli. And my dad was like, oh, let's get her some olive oil, blah, blah. You know how much that olive oil is? It's good olive oil.
Yeah, but that's the expensive stuff.
It's $30.
Yeah, because you're getting it from the home.
But like, it's good. But I'm like, it's $30.
Yeah.
I'm like, If I go to Italy, is this shit gonna be 30 euros?
Yeah, most of the stuff on that block is like either imported or made there, or like the real stuff. That's why it's more expensive.
It's good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, do you know? I think his name is Chef QCP.
Yeah, I know QCP.
He's like takes a shot of olive oil or just drinks olive oil.
Ugh.
I've done it. Apparently, like it's good for your heart.
They also say that if you have like a cut on your hand, put some olive oil on it. It's like one of those home remedy.
Really?
Yeah, it's like one of those like
I feel like that would sting you.
Well, no, all over the world there are things like that where they're like they take like something that they use every single day and they use it as like a health benefit thing. Mm-hmm. Same thing with like for Italians, it's like olive oil. So.
My dad told me that in old days, like this would be like your grandpa. If you got burned, you would put butter on it. And butter is supposed to like cool it because, it's cold. He said you're actually just like cooking your hand. Because like you take the butter and you put it on a burn and it's like super hot. You're just like making the burn worse because the butter acts as like, the butter is cooking on your hand.
Oh, God.
But you don't feel it because of all the nerve damage that you're causing.
I think I know that Vaseline gets used for pretty much everything. Like any problem that you have, like you either put a little Vaseline on it and you fix it.
That's so weird because like Vaseline is made from like oil. You know that, right?
Yeah.
It's like so weird. Like petroleum jelly, like the word petroleum is literally in it, and people are like,
"Help me with this one."
Yeah.
Is Vicks like rub a big thing?
In like where?
Because like Alyssa was telling me like, oh, whenever we have someone's hurt with something, we just give them Vicks.
It's a very Hispanic thing, yeah.
Is that really a Hispanic?
Yeah, it's a very Hispanic thing. It's like Vicks rub. So for the audience, I'm half Puerto Rican, but I know like in the Mexican community, it's like literally it's become a meme at this point where like the abuela comes in and is like, abuela, like I'm literally like my arm fell off and she'll just put Vicks on it. Like it's the Vicks Vapor Rub. So have you ever had Vicks Vapor Rub?
I know what it is. I never had it.
You never had it?
No.
Oh, it hits different.
I'm assuming
if you ever have like
it's for
chest
your chest,
compressions.
It's for your chest, right?
Yeah, but I know it says a warning, don't do it, but I put it on my nose, like under my nose sometimes and all that. It like literally it just I don't know what the fuck it does.
Were you just getting high off of
No. It like so let's say you have really, really bad chest like congestion. You put some of that Vicks Vapor Rub on it, it's gonna immediately alleviate that. It's gonna be like gone. Nice. And you're like and like you can feel it like penetrating, like pause. You can feel it penetrating your chest. I don't know what it does, but
oh wow, okay.
That shit is you need to get. I
need to try it now.
I think I have some in my gym bag. Next episode, I'm gonna bring some, and you can put it on, and you can feel the Vicks Vapor Rub action. You
know what I've wanted to try doing? You know how what? Like technically you can get high by with like a whipped cream can.
Yeah.
Like the nitrous oxide in the can can get you high.
Yeah.
I always wanted to see if that really works.
You know what's crazy?
I feel like you need a lot of it to make that work.
No. Some stores, like in Walmart, you need ID to buy whipped cream.
Really?
Like if you're a minor and you just go
I'm assuming it's for the
same thing with Mucinex. Reason. Like I went up to go buy Mucinex at a Target once because my girlfriend wasn't feeling that well. And I got ID'd. I'm like, bro, for what?
Do they have it like locked behind? Like you have to get like a key to open up the glass. Like, yeah, they do that at Walgreens too.
But you have to get ID now to buy off medicine, I guess, because people are making lean. Like, have we just became such a degenerate society?
Yeah. Well, also just probably just to keep it away from children as well. Because they could see these videos and then they know how to make it, so they buy it. And like.
You heard of the NyQuil chicken?
Oh, that's disgusting.
But have you heard about it?
Yeah, we've talked about this before.
Oh, my God.
Remember it was our TikTok episode? We did talk about it. That was disgusting, by the way. But also, I see those videos of these guys. You know, like they take like Sprite, Jolly Ranchers, gummy worms, something like that. And they make it into like in a foam cup.
Yeah, it's called lean.
That's what lean is?
That's what lean is.
Is it just sugar and candy? That's all
No,
it is,
it's codeine with Sprite, Jolly Ranchers, and like gummy worms and all of that.
Oh shit.
So, okay.
No, there's a version of it where it's just the candy. There's no drugs in it.
Oh.
And then it starts to like smoke a little bit, but it does it on its own. It doesn't have.
Oh, I don't know about that.
It doesn't have drugs. Yeah, they made like a safe version of it. on
Oh,
TikTok.
okay. So maybe it's just like to look like lean, but actual lean is like
That's crazy.
it's half and half. So you can lean specifically is half Sprite, half a codeine in a styrofoam cup. So think of a styrofoam cup and fill half of that shit with cough syrup, and then the other half with Sprite
and a bunch of candy.
and a bunch of candy thrown in. And that's lean.
I kind of want to try it.
But that shit,
what does it do? What does it do to you?
So I kind of have like
I'm assuming it just
like
knocks
a similar story.
I'm assuming it just knocks your ass out.
No, not really. So one time I was in university and I was with my roommate and I was so sick. Like I just wanted to go to bed. But you know when like you're so sick, you're tired, but you can't go to sleep?
Yeah.
So I take a bottle of NyQuil, right? But I lost the measure cap, so I'm just eyeballing. And I'm very impatient sometimes, especially when I'm sick. I just want to go to bed. So I take one swing, 20 minutes, nothing. So I'm like, fuck. Another swing, another 15 minutes, nothing happens. Another swing. Before I know it, I've drank like half of this NyQuil bottle.
Oh, shit.
It hits me all at once. Yeah. It's like, boom.
There's always a delay, no matter how you do something. There's always a delay.
I was literally afraid to go to sleep because I thought I was going to die because I was breathing so slow. Like, I thought I was going to die. Mm-hmm. And my roommate at the time was like, hey, man, are you okay? And I was like, no.
No.
And I'm breathing okay. Like I go and throw water on my face. I'm fucked up. like I can see why homeless people will just buy a freaking NyQuil bottle and chug that shit. I literally, it's not like you're hungover because there is no, you just fucking, you're just tripping balls to some degree. It's just you're, I don't want to say high because you're not high, but that's because it's just you're on just medicine. You just overdose on medicine.
You're just kind of knocked out.
Yeah. And I eventually did go to sleep, and that was just crazy ass sleep.
Crazy good or crazy bad?
I just don't even remember. It was just a crazy sleep. And I skipped crew practice that night because I just slept right through it. It was just, but if lean is anything like that, it's probably just you're just in a loopy state.
Let's try the safe one where it's just candy and Sprite.
Air quotes safe. Yeah.
Let's see if it's actually good.
Let's do the safe one. Wink. Yeah. No. I had a friend in the university I went to that went to an A Boogie concert, and he actually sipped A Boogie's lean.
Really?
So he's at the front. So A Boogie's going into the concert hall, so all of his fans are at the gates. And, my friend, he was my former crew teammate, goes, hey, let me get a sip of your lean. And A Boogie looks at him like, bro, what?
You're like, what?
Yeah, he's like, let me get a sip of your lean. And A Boogie's like, you know what? Nobody's asked me that before. Here.
Just gave it to him. Wow.
It's just take a little sip. He just gave it back, and he goes, all right. This was pre-COVID times, a different time.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Hell yeah.
But a lot of rappers, their teeth get so fucked up from drinking lean because it is addictive.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was either Offset or Future was talking about it, where one day he woke up and he drank lean. Like the first day he woke up, and he's like, and then it just hit me the first thing that touched my tongue was medicine, not water. So I was like, oh wow.
But I know 21 Savage did lean a lot, right?
I'm not surprised if he did or did not, but lean destroys your teeth.
I would be surprised, yeah.
Yeah, if you drink lean all the time, it hollows out your teeth.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm. I know you also wanted to kind of change topics. Mm-hmm. We had some interesting royalty news.
Yeah, we had some. I saw something online. This is a little while ago. This came out a while back, but we didn't talk about it yet until now. Actually, do you mind looking this up while I'm talking about it? Because I just have it written down on my phone.
Yeah.
So, a little while ago, what made headlines in, I guess, in Europe was that, so there's a section of Playboy in Germany, Playboy Germany. And for the first time, they had royalty appear on Playboy Germany.
Insane.
Which is very interesting. So they had Princess Xenia, Gabriela, Florence, Sophie, Iris of Saxony appear on one of their latest issues of Playboy Germany. I don't have the article open. I just have that written down in my notes. But I'm trying to remember what it said. If like there was a lot of backlash or something not about that. But did you find anything yet? Or
Yeah, I'm just reading it. So she's 37. Her whole idea of being on Playboy was that she's like, oh, I want every woman to feel beautiful. Like, you don't need surgery, blah, 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 blah. And here's quote unquote, in some reality TV shows, I was the only one who didn't have anything done to her body, she, Princess of Saxony, explained. And then it happened that the other women, some of whom have had a lot of surgery, said something like that. I wasn't any competition for them because I didn't have any curves and wasn't feminine. It was horrible. I almost gave in to the pressure and had my body modified. So that was just like a little excerpt of it.
And where are you reading this off of?
I'm reading this off of Men's Journal.
Okay.
Like, she's attractive, but it's just like, I didn't think Playboy was still relevant, to be honest. I think the Hub like got rid of them.
No, like Playboy, Penthouse. Well, like any newspaper or magazine, they've all moved online. So it's like, just because you don't see like the paper copies of it doesn't mean it's still not like a relevant thing. And they do have TV shows apparently. Like Playboy TV is a thing, I guess. Also, I'm getting this off Twitter because I get a lot of like OnlyFans advertisements and things like that.
Which is so weird because like, who? Okay, this is gonna sound really weird. Who pays for Playboy? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like.
Well, probably like guys our dad's age would still be paying for like Playboy or something.
Yeah, because I feel like all of our like guys our age, like you and I's age, OnlyFans, or just go to the Hub.
Go to the Hub, yeah. Get the free shit.
Get the free shit. Go to the Hub. You get the free shit.
Well, remember they didn't have the Hub back then.
They didn't. You know, it's so weird.
Shit wasn't for free. If you wanted all that, you had to have to like you either get these magazines or you steal them from your dad or your like crazy uncle, or you like get the guy behind the counter at the video store to give you like the unreleased like XXX VHS tape or some shit.
Like, porn is so easy to get now. You kind of forget how like you had to go to like special stores. You had to go in the back room with like the curtain and blah blah blah. Like now it's kind of like I just go on my phone and just.
When I was in Florida for a vacation, and when I was driving through town, they still have like adult bookstores and like adult video stores, but all the windows are blacked out, so you're not allowed to look into them.
Some of these rural towns when I'm driving to Kentucky, they have adult superstores, like the size of super Walmarts.
Well, those guys got nothing.
So I'm just like,
there's no internet.
What are y'all doing out here?
First of all, there's no internet out there. They got to work with what it's all paper.
But adult super, like an adult superstore, like. Bro, what are you selling? And isn't this supposed to be the conservative Christian America? I'm like sitting here like, God damn. Like, I'm afraid to go inside. I don't know what I'm going to see. But have you heard about this retirement home called the Three Villages?
The Three Villages? No.
So I don't know where it is. You're going to have to Google it. But the Three Villages is this retirement community that apparently is the STD capital of America.
Really? That's hilarious.
So, but here's the thing. Here's the catcher. You ready for it? They have a loofah system. So all the golf carts, depending on the color of the loofah, it's what you're into. So, for example, let's say you have a white loofah. That means like, oh, you know, I like to watch in a corner. Or if you have a purple loofah or you have a red loofah, like, so it's like all these old ass people driving around in golf carts, you know, with loofahs. And there's this video of this woman, this old ass woman. She's probably like 80. She's like, people may look at me like I'm stupid or I'm this or I'm that, but nobody gives a better blowjob than a gummy.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yo, what the fuck?
So I Googled, it's called the Three Villages.
Or Three Villages or Villages, something like that.
And the first thing came up was from a video from a YouTuber named Peter Santinello. Down in Central Florida is the largest retirement community in the world. The Villages is called Everything. Hold on. And you know what's funny? I'm getting an ad for the Tribeca Film Festival.
Wow.
We just talked about this.
We talked about that last episode.
Oh, I can't. Okay. So it's called The Villages. That's what it's called. In Central Florida, the largest retirement community in the world. It's called everything from a mega swingers community to the Truman Show to an STD super spreader event. Many of the locals call it pure paradise. Join me today to see what everyone's talking about.
Oh my gosh.
Obviously, I'm not going to play the video because I can't play the video, but that's crazy. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find where it is, though.
But here, let me look up the loofah system.
Why can't they just say it directly? No one's saying it directly, like where it is.
Okay. You ready for
the? It just says Central Florida. Wait, hold on. The village comprises of 17 community development districts, spreading across Sumter County, Lake County, and Marion County.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's actually so. It's a huge ass retirement village. That's crazy.
Okay, you're ready for the color of the loofahs?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so white means novice and beginners. Purple is voyeur and people who like to watch. Pink is soft swap, people who like to do it with others in the room. Blue is lowest level of full swap, those who can play well with others. Yellow, mid-level swap, for those who want to have fun but are still nervous. Black is full swap, those who say what the hell, let it all go down. And then teal, bisexual, for those that want to increase their dating chances.
Wow, okay.
That is so insane. Like,
and how long has this been going on for?
I do not know. But imagine, like, I don't know, going to go see your grandpa. And he just has
He's just in the middle. He's just in the middle of a swingers.
Has a freaking black loofah on his scooter. You're like, hey, yo.
You're like, Grandpa, why are you carrying around that black loofah?
Be like,
he's like, son, you'll know when you're older.
But what do you think about this? But going back to the German
Playboy Germany, yeah.
Like,
do you think it was the right call? She is an aristocrat.
Yeah.
So, like, having that kind of social status and then doing something like Playboy can be a little detrimental. The first thought, it could be.
But my whole thing is, like, it's so weird to hear about aristocrats because I feel like, I don't know, when I think of aristocrats, I think of, like, the British royal family or, like, you know,
you're thinking of, like, royalty.
Like
they have some type of, like, either, like, a bloodline or, like, there has to be like some type of like professionalism setting to it in a way.
I think there's definitely
because then you got like the Kardashians. Like, let's say you take like a high level American family like the Kardashians, right? Like they model all the time, they go nude sometimes, right? But that's part of their branding is things like that. Whereas like, and they make more money than practically anybody. But then you have like aristocratic families over in Europe, like these ones where they're doing something like kind of similar, but it can be seen in a different light altogether. Yeah,
because they're blue blood. They're not regular people. Mm-hmm. So like the Kardashians, yeah, they got a shit ton of money, probably more money than this woman, but they are new money. So, you know, have you ever read The Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
So you know the difference between old money and new money?
Yeah, definitely.
So for those who may not know, old money are kind of people who inherit their wealth. They kind of act more, lack of a better term, stately, right? Oh, this is beneath me. They don't scream luxury. While new money is very like in your face. I got these billions and I got this money, you know, and shove it, right? So like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they're new money. But think of, think of like, I know she may be controversial, but like Ivanka Trump is old money in the sense that she was raised as a billionaire.
Yeah.
So she carries herself very differently than...
Or even like the British royal family.
Yeah. That, you know, that's a way better example.
Yeah,
it's like the British royal family.
Like all through like the lineage and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. So I think that also, you know, I didn't know that the German royal families were still alive. I thought a lot of them were like killed off or, you know, ran into exile.
You know that Italy also has like a royal family, like a monarchy?
Yeah,
right?
I didn't know that.
The family's still alive. Like, they're still, like they're not like in power like they use. Like they're very in a similar manner though. Like
yeah, I think after the Second World War, there was a referendum in Italy that to keep the monarchy, and it lost very slightly. Like it was like a really close, but it voted almost along like the partition of Italy between North and South, that the South supported the monarchy and the North didn't want the monarchy. But it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I think the only countries that still, well, here's the thing. When you say monarchy, do you consider like the United Kingdom a monarchy? Like it's a parliamentary republic, but when I think of monarchies, I think of like kings that can do whatever they want. So I feel like the last monarchy in the world is really Saudi Arabia. Like, you know, just these are people who can do whatever they want. Like Saudi Arabia is literally the House of Saud, like the Saudi family.
Yeah.
The whole country is named after that family.
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting.
I agree. Yeah. I don't really see, I mean, you don't really see monarchies anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless there's, is there like another, in like a country even further away from Saudi Arabia that has a monarchy maybe?
You can kind of argue North Korea is one, like North Korea.
No, where it's like king, like this person.
Oh, I think most of the Middle East, you know, like you have kings or sultans, or you know, like you know the heads.
Well, nobody
of government.
really calls themselves king anymore.
Yeah, they're all like
Even
the
in
leaders.
the Middle East, even in the Middle East, there's
Yeah.
no king. It's like
Yeah.
you said, like a sultan or something.
Yeah, but you know, for people who are, let's say, not as, I think, culturally literate, they'll just say king, you know.
Yeah.
But I think in Europe, the only people that have kings are, I think it's Portugal, Spain, the Netherlands, the United Kingdom, Denmark, Norway, Sweden. I think that's it. I think everybody else kind of like just either, you know, Marie Antoinette their freaking royal families. But it's pretty interesting. And so I just wonder, like, what do they do, like royal families now? Like, for example, like the Princess of Saxony. Like, is that just a title that she has? Like, or are they?
I think now they have less political power, more like social power.
Yeah, more like, you know.
Yeah, they have like their billion-dollar businesses and like their investments and things like that. But it's also just having that kind of social status. Like even if you don't have, like going back to like the Kardashians in a way, they don't have like royal bloodlines or things like that. But they're so like socially. They're in like such a high level of society that that everybody knows who they are. They have billions of dollars at their disposal. It's one of those things now. It's just like it's like being kind of like another form of celebrity in a way.
If you were invited to the Queen of England to be knighted, would you accept?
I accept it. Yeah, not many people have it. So,
But it's so weird though, because technically you're meeting a god, or the King of England, I should rather say. Like you're meeting a god. Like he is the personification of the Church of England. So it's just kind of weird, you know?
It's more like a symbolic thing.
Oh, no. Like, so have you ever seen The Crown?
I have not, no.
So The Crown actually explains this, that once a monarch is ordained, they are God. Like I'm so serious. Like I'm like, so
They
when
have that kind of power.
so when like Katy Perry was singing Firework at King Charles's coronation, like people watching the coronation, they saw him being ordained, and he's basically like a god.
Really?
Yeah. And that King Charles, you know, is the Church of England, so that King Charles can make any law regarding the Church of England, and it just becomes law.
But that's only regarding the church, not regarding.
Well, now politically, yeah, it's, you know, he's very limited, but
Well, there's always that separation between like the church and the state. Like King Charles's position, is he the only country that can do that?
what in terms of like for the Church of England, like the
being
Anglican
king,
Church?
like the king in England is also for the church as well.
Yeah. So like,
is that the only country where they do that?
I guess if you follow, you know, the Church of England, or you're, you know, Anglican, but I think that for King Charles, where his real power is culturally. So a lot of the British monarchs, they learn the idea and they study it that the United Kingdom is held by two systems. You have the political system, which is like the House, the Commons, the Prime Minister, blah, 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 you know. And then you have the monarchy. And the big pro-monarchists in the United Kingdom, they argue that the monarchy is kind of like the symbol of stability. So, like, for example, when there are tough times, when it's, the British economy is down and people are, struggling, is that they can look at the monarchy and that the monarchy will hold the line. Like, they will be there for the end of time and they are Britain.
Yeah.
Like, I remember Piers Morgan was saying, like, Queen Elizabeth is Britain, as crazy as that sounds. And because, like, we in America, we're kind of just like, bro, like, the fuck? Like, kings and queens, like, y'all.
Yeah, we completely separated ourselves.
Yeah. We saw that shit in 1776, gang. But,
well, when it's been like that for so long, it's very difficult to get away from it.
Mm-hmm. But, Piers Morgan was like, Queen Elizabeth dying was such, like, a shock to the UK because she has been around for so much of UK history that it was like a part of Britain was gone, it was gone. Mm-hmm. And King Charles now, nobody really likes him. People still aren't over him treating Diana like shit. Mm-hmm. He's very political. Like, Queen Elizabeth was very staunchly like apolitical, that she had her private opinions, but she never let them out in the public. And she's only made, I think, 4 public speeches. That she was never like, she wouldn't go out and have her opinion on things. Charles is very opinionated. Charles will speak his mind. And there was a whole idea that Charles, I think there was like a movie scene or something from it. There's a clip on YouTube where the idea is Parliament is like, can't get anything done. So Charles, it's an actor that's portraying this hypothetical King Charles, walks into the House of Commons and dismisses Parliament. He's like, we're calling an election. In the name of the king, I dismiss Parliament. And technically, that's like a really big thing. But Charles now is just very, very odd. And apparently he has cancer.
Well, how old is he now?
He's like in his late 70s, early 80s. So
doesn't sound surprising at that age.
But imagine waiting your whole life to be king and then just for it to like
just to
cut
find out
short.
that you just got cancer.
Like, damn. But
I can see why.
But there's a lot of people in the UK calling for the end of the monarchy. Mm-hmm. And I remember reading this article about it where if the monarchy was ended, the monarchy owns about 10 to 15% of all the land in the UK. So all that land wouldn't go to the British people. It would just go to the House of Windsor. So they would still be billionaires.
Yeah. Like now it's just a social, it's like celebrity status. That's really what it is. Mm-hmm.
Like,
I'm sure like some high profile celebrities in America can do like similar things as well. Like they don't own 15% of the land in America, but they could possibly do such a thing.
At Jeff Bezos.
Like several American billionaires could do that.
I feel like American billionaires are more powerful than monarchs, to be honest.
Well, also America's a much larger country. There's more here.
Like, okay, who would you fear more? The King of England? Like, let's say they both were like, I'm going to kill you. The King of England mm-hmm. or Jeff Bezos? Like, who would you exponentially rather piss off more?
Honestly, I'd rather piss off Jeff Bezos.
Really?
I feel like... Well, no. I'm thinking like old world type guys. Like, they'd probably Epstein us, given the opportunity.
But you don't think Jeff Bezos would Epstein you?
No, I don't think he actually gives a shit.
You don't think he's a hitter?
I heard that. No. I heard that Bezos is more like a baller type billionaire, where he's more like, I got enough money to not give a shit about what people say or think about me, so like I don't have to. I could just move on.
But okay, let's say
like an old world like king who's very like opinionated and used to like how they used to do things back then, like over the course of the 20th century, I feel like put enough pressure on them, they could harm you more. Or like with enough connections, like since we live in America, maybe not right away, but like connection wise, it could be a problem.
What do you think about Meghan Markle?
I don't know the full story. I don't know how it really. I think like if what I'm hearing is true, and that going into the royal family, obviously like you're going from like you're going in from like an actress on a TV show to marrying a member of the royal family, and where your life is going to be completely turned upside down, and everything's going to be different. You have to now keep a kind of like a social status or like a social presence in a way. It's a very different thing. I can understand that can be stressful, but you kind of should have known that going into it,
Yeah, I know that Piers Morgan really Piers Morgan really went after Meghan because he was recorded trying to go on a date with her, like try to pick her up. And she flat out refused him.
Wait, while...
No. This was like years before she even met Harry and all that.
Really? Interesting.
So he was like, hey, like, can like get shifty, blah, 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 blah. And
really?
she kind of like is like, and she's like, aren't you married? And he's like, it's not a problem. Like,
blurred lines.
Yeah. So she rejected him. So I don't think he ever fully got over it. And he also... So apparently where it all started was... The Queen of England requested Meghan to renounce her American citizenship. She's like, you are part of the royal family now. Like, you are Britain.
Actually, before we continue with that, we're 50 minutes in, so let's do the drinks now. Yeah, because I didn't realize how far along we came.
All right, so do I take this as a shot or...
You could do either one.
What are you going to do?
I'm not going to do a shot. I'm going to enjoy it. I know what it is, so I'm going to enjoy it.
Oh, this smells strong.
So what is it? Well, what does it look like, and what does it smell like?
It looks like milk. It looks like... Did you just like put milk?
Well, it's a little dark. It's like chocolate milk. Tell me what you think.
Whoa, that's strong.
No, it's not.
Oh,
it's not strong, you baby.
Oh, I'm not a baby. I'm not a baby.
This is strong.
I think it's just because it's just milky. Like I feel like when it touches my lips, I'm like I'm expecting milk.
Do you like it though?
I do like it.
What does it taste like?
Tastes like a Snickers bar.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't taste that at all.
It's giving Snickers to me, like a little bit of caramel.
You want to give it a shot now, or do you want to wait?
Oh my gosh, it's
that
alcohol.
Let's come back to it. Let's come back to it. But think
we'll come back to it. But going back to Meghan Markle, right? So it all kind of started, as far as I know, that they wanted her to renounce her American citizenship. She was like, I'm not renouncing. And she goes, that was a big point of contention. The second point of contention, Meghan believed that they wanted Harry to divorce her because they didn't want a black child in the royal family.
I heard about that being...
That was alleged. However, this is all alleged by Meghan. That, behind closed doors, the Queen of England was like, I don't want a black child in the royal family. Like, you can have a bastard with Meghan, that's fine, but they cannot be in the royal family. And that, and to be honest, I know she's beloved by all of England. This woman was born in the 20s or 30s. Mm-hmm. It's not fully out of the realm where she could say some out of pocket shit like that.
There's still a possibility where this could. Like, remember, keeping opinions very hush.
Yeah. So we, she has a plausible deniability. Like, look, the Queen of England knows how to shut her mouth, but behind closed doors, no cameras, she could have said some of the most out of pocket shit like we could have heard. But that was one thing. And then this third thing was they were very upset that Meghan and Harry walked away from the royal family and that they were still using the royal family's likeness to make money. So that's why they removed Harry and Meghan's titles of the Duke and Duchess of Windsor. Wait, is it? Yeah. I think that was their titles. So they couldn't use like the royal family as like a as like their
Like a branding.
as a
thing.
branding, yeah. But I don't know.
And they're also cut off financially, though, right?
I think probably on the surface, but I really don't think that Charles and them all like it would be an embarrassment for the British public to see like Harry struggle, I guess. So I don't think they're ever gonna like I think they probably significantly reduced his allowance, but I don't think they're gonna like he's never gonna be poor. But I know that it's kind of funny watching them like trying to did you see Meghan and Harry pitch themselves to Bob Iger trying to be like on a Disney movie as voice actors and actresses?
No, I did not.
They did. They did. They were like, yeah, we're working like the. So apparently there's this Netflix special, or they're working on some Netflix like all told thing about the royal family, and all of that. But like Meghan wants so much money for it because they're broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I saw something. It was a story. I think they wrote this children's book together. Did you hear about this?
No, I haven't.
So they wrote this children's book, and they presented it to a school, like a kids' school in the U.S. I can't remember if it was in New York or somewhere else, but they were interviewing one of the teachers about it after it happened, and she had a very negative reaction to them being there, and the reason why was because the article stated one of the key lines that the teacher gave to the press about it was like, who the hell do they think they are?
No way she said that.
Yeah, she was quoted as saying that because they wanted them to sign NDAs to not talk badly about them after they read the book to the class.
Bro, what?
But and then they were like, first of all, the book is fine. It's a children. You can't really fuck up a children's book. The children's book was fine. You did a good job. It's like you want us to sign NDAs so that we don't potentially talk bad about you. Like, who the fuck do you think you are? That was she wasn't like directly quoted that, but like one of the lines was like, who do you think you are, like making a request like that when you're not at the same like status that you were before all this shit went down with the royal family. That was like, I was like, damn.
You know what's even crazier? Meghan Markle, this was like a while ago, was doing opinion polling to see if she would be able to run for president. And that's when I made my tweet. I was like, if Meghan Markle ever became president, Piers Morgan has to become prime minister. Like, he would, I think, drop everything. He'd be like, no, I am running for prime minister of the United Kingdom. Like, just to spite her.
That's crazy.
Like, Meghan fills this man with so much rage. Like, it's hilarious. Like, this man has lost so many nights of sleep from a grade B actress from Suits. Like, I remember on Twitter, do you know the Oprah interview?
Yeah, I didn't watch it though.
No, but like, you know the interview that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I remember the night on Twitter, and that night, an American Twitter was like, I cannot wait for British Twitter to wake up in the morning because they're 6 hours ahead. So the interview happened at like 9, 10 o'clock at night. So like British Twitter was still asleep. So they're like, I cannot wait for all of the UK to wake up, smell the roses, drink their tea, and see the former royals talking so much shit. Because like, yeah, she was like, so like, because Meghan insinuated that like they didn't like Archie. I think Archie is his name, like their kid. I think they have multiple kids, but like at the time their only kid Archie, because he was half black. So they were like, oh, you know, they don't like him. They don't want to talk to him because he's half black. And Oprah was like, oh. And then it's just like Piers Morgan wakes up and just goes off. Like, this man is like, he's obsessed with Meghan Markle. Like, this man, like, oh my gosh, you have to watch this video. So I used to watch like British news because it's like kind of funny in a way. So Piers Morgan used to be kind of like the co-host of Good Morning Britain. So you know Good Morning America?
Yeah, Good Morning.
All right, it's like Good Morning Britain. It used to be Piers Morgan and his co-host Susanna. I forgot her last name, but she's still like a co-host, right? And so what happened was that it's the weatherman, like the weatherman on the Good Morning Britain, Piers Morgan and Susanna. They're talking about Meghan Markle for like the 1000th time. And Piers Morgan is going off. He was like, they are an embarrassment to Britain, blah, 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 blah. Like, the royal family needs to cut them off, XYZ. And the weatherman is like, Piers, why do you care so much about Meghan Markle? Like, he's literally like, why do you care? And Piers is like, what do you mean? Why do I care? They're smearing our good queen's name when Queen Elizabeth was still alive and all this. And the guy was like, she'll never sleep with you.
Really?
Something along like that. Like, she'll never sleep with you. Piers, this is all on live television, John. You can watch this in 4K. He gets up, takes off his earpiece, and just walks out.
Wow.
And quits, like, off camera. It's like, I'm done. And just left. All over Meghan Markle. This
so
man
funny.
quit his prime time. That would be like Sean Hannity getting up and walking out over like Carly Rae Jepsen. Like, or just or like Selena Gomez is like, I'm done. Just get him, earpiece out, and he just left. And now he's back in America.
Piers is in America.
He's in America now.
Hell yeah.
But
Wait, just to follow Markle around?
I don't know, but it's just like, that was just so fucking crazy. It's just like, when I saw that, I was so gagged. I was like, what? Piers Morgan left Good Morning Britain? ITV News? Like, what? And all over Meghan Markle.
That's crazy.
So, like, if she ever ran for president, I think Piers Morgan would just be compelled. Like, if rage.
I think because of their previous royal status and how much, like, I think they want that royal status without having to deal with the responsibilities of royalty.
Yeah. That's how a lot of people in Britain feel.
You can't just leave and then... You can't just leave the royal family and come to America and start acting like
royalty.
It's like, it doesn't work like that.
You're absolutely right.
Like, if you wanna be like the social celebrity type thing, I mean, that's kind of all you have.
Yeah.
You kind of have to work with that. But I don't know, like kind of come back to reality a little bit.
And have you ever seen Suits?
I haven't. I should watch Suits.
I saw up to season 3. Great show. But anyway,
I heard it's good. Even where did it debut on? It was like USA or
USA.
TNT,
USA.
one of those.
No, it was USA. It was definitely
yeah.
USA. But what happened was that so Meghan Markle used to talk a lot of shit about Suits, saying like, oh, it's sexist, blah 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 blah. I don't know why people still watch it. But then they got broke, and now she wants to do a reboot of Suits.
See, now you're losing people because now you're acting royal, but you're not royalty anymore.
But then Piers Morgan obviously has to have opinions all the time, and he's like, no. Or if they're gonna do a reboot, they shouldn't have you in it. Oh man, we should have Piers Morgan on the podcast.
I would love to have Piers Morgan.
And then I would bring up Meghan Markle, and he would I'm done.
I'm
going off.
Yeah,
and
he'll get up. He'll like get up in the middle of my in the middle of our basement, and then just leave through the side door.
It's like, I'm done.
Do you think he'd say goodbye to my parents on the way out?
No. He would just storm out.
Storm out through the living room.
Yeah, he would just storm out. Like, it was like, so Piers, about Meghan. He's like, he would just cut it right there
and leave. That's it.
Like, you say Meg, and he's like, I'm done. And it's just so weird. Like, they need to be in a room together. And Joe Rogan needs to get Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle on his podcast.
What if they did a round table with like Meghan and Harry, Piers Morgan, maybe one more member of the royal family, and then like who's another like person involved in that whole thing?
It's just literally
Would you put Oprah? Would you put Oprah on that table?
I would put Oprah at that table because she was kind of egging on Meghan's. But no, because you put Harry and Piers in the same room, Harry is socking this guy in the face. Harry is like a Royal Marine.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
he's
something
like
like that,
he's a Royal Marine.
wasn't he Air Force or something?
No. I think he was in their Marine Corps. But I think he was a helicopter pilot. I think that's what you're thinking of.
Okay.
And that famous interview where he's like, "I gotta go," taking all his stuff off and running off. Yeah, that's like, that was, I think, his base was attacked or something. It was actually
really?
so yeah, that wasn't staged. Like a lot
was
of
a
people
real
thought that was
attack.
no, like that was like an actual thing. And
Where
the
was
reason
where was the base?
I think Iraq.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I think he was in Iraq or Afghanistan. It was one of the two. But what really got a lot of people upset at Meghan was Harry walked away from the royal family. Like Harry gave up everything for the woman he loves, right? They took away his military titles.
Really?
So yeah, the royal family, like his own family, took away his military titles. So he's not allowed to wear his military uniform. So like at the coronation, he couldn't wear his military uniform, even though he fought for the United Kingdom. He was not allowed to wear, by decree of the royal family, he's not allowed to wear his Royal Marine uniform, which I was like, that's so fucked up.
Well, it's more like a power trip now, just to keep
He should have just worn it anyway. What are they gonna do? Well, what are they gonna do? Harry, if you're listening to this on any chance, go live your life, king. Go live your life, king.
Did you ever see that South Park episode about Meghan Markle and Prince Harry?
No.
So they drew them like they drew, how they draw the Canadian people in South Park.
No.
They look nothing like. So they drew them in a very specific. Like, look it up online.
Yeah, but
they animate them very differently so that they can tell them apart. But the only Canadians look like that in South Park. So when they come to America, they look like they're Canadian instead of British for some reason. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how they wanted to do them.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
So so the whole episode focuses around how they're living in America. They're trying to escape publicity, but they find every reason. I'm giving a very terrible explanation, but like they want their privacy, but but they make it like as loud and clear as possible that they want their privacy.
It's like, we want our privacy. Stop looking at us. And
stop treating us like celebrities, but we are celebrities.
And then, and then they're on every single talk show host or like talk show host.
Like, just leave us alone. Give us our privacy. Yeah, that caused a lot of. I remember the stir. That caused a stir for a little bit.
I remember reading something. I could be wrong, but I think it was like Trump at the time he was president was like, "I'm not going to offer you protection if you come to America." I think they were going to, it was either California or Vancouver.
They offer protection?
Yeah, so they wanted White House protection.
There must have been some kind of threat made. See, this is what I was talking about. Like, old world threats could be worse than new world threats.
So they were like, I want, protection. And Trump, I think he just didn't like Meghan Markle because she said, stuff about like racism in America. So he was like, no. He's like, I'm not going to give you protection. And then I think they are in California because it was either California or Vancouver that they were going to live in. And I think they chose on California, but it was just kind of funny that Trump was like, no.
I'm just like, nah,
I'm good. I'm not going to give you security. I don't even know if they still have security.
Probably not. They gotta be making money somehow. I just don't know how. Well, they have their own books. They probably license their names still. They have the children's book that they made, the memoirs, whatever they wrote, I guess. But I don't know. But now that we've covered that, before I'm not gonna call it just yet because we haven't done the drinks yet. So, any final words on that before we move on?
Final words. The German royalty, going back to the German royalty, all the way back to her. Let her live her life. I saw the picture. It's not too bad. So
you saw it? Oh.
Like it was censored, but like it wasn't bad. And you know what? To be honest, I didn't know who she was. Like if you didn't tell me she was royalty, I would have been like, oh, great, Playboy girl. So it's not like Kate Middleton doing Playboy.
Yeah. All right.
Your thoughts?
I'd say I don't know how it's going to affect you from that, aristocratic level, but I have to do more research. But it's a tough decision to make because you're not just like the average person shooting like an OnlyFans video or something like that. That status can affect you differently. So could be a detriment, could be not. I'm not sure. I have to do more research on it. But if you're doing it for positive reasons, go for it. I guess I don't know yet. Yeah, those will be my final words. So, what do you think the drink is?
You keep saying it because it's been like the main ingredient for the last 2 or 3 episodes.
What?
Amaretto.
Amaretto?
Amaretto with cream.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Oh, what? You really had me. I thought you were about to say like, yeah. But like, I was like, I thought you were about to be like, yeah. But you were like, yeah, you're wrong.
No, it's not amaretto.
What is it?
I don't do the same thing twice in a row, usually. So, it's straight maple cream liqueur.
Really?
Yeah, it's maple cream liqueur.
Well, I was right with the cream.
Yeah, no, there's cream in there, but it's like a maple syrup flavored liqueur. Wow, you're so funny. Yeah.
It was good though.
Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. We just got it not too long ago, so I was like, yeah he'll like this.
For the Valentine's Day special, a cup full of cream. I'm sorry, guys. We should have started talking about Playboy.
No, Playboy was our Valentine's Day special.
Oh man, it was probably a lot of people's Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it probably was.
Playboy. Oh shit! Rest in peace, Hugh Hefner.
He was the true king.
He was the true
one of the
king.
boys.
He was the true. Saturdays were for like if he was alive today. You think he would be like a big Saturdays are for the boys?
Oh hell yeah! Of course he would.
Where was
every like frat house, every man's apartment has to have a poster of Hugh Hefner.
Like how they have like
a
it's
little
like Jesus
sculpture.
Christ, Hugh Hefner,
little portrait of his face and everything. Yeah.
I wonder where was the Playboy Mansion? Was it in Los Angeles? Like
probably in California. Yeah.
Yeah, like the Playboy Mansion.
Probably. Yeah.
No, it's pretty interesting.
We should go take a visit.
We should. I feel like it's a private residency now.
I think you actually let me Google that.
Yeah, I'm about to Google that right now.
I'm sure they still do like tours, maybe.
Oh, so it is in Los Angeles and it's owned by a private person.
It says tickets are for sale at privetickets.com for the special early discount price of $750 a person, $1,250 per couple, one male and one female. You can buy the right to walk around the grounds of the Playboy Mansion, see an exotic car show, and have your pictures taken with the Playmates.
That's insane.
So you got a $750 on hand, right?
For $750.
Come on.
Like
for Hugh, for the hef. Come on.
Look, I'm not paying $750.
Ah, you quitter.
No, you're not letting me finish. Like, I'm not paying $750.
Come on.
I'm not paying $750 just for a picture with a Playboy bunny.
No, with Playboy bunnies.
But just pictures?
Multiple.
Just pictures? Am I getting dinner?
You get to see the car show.
Okay, getting to see a car show? Bro, what? Like, what are you paying $750 for?
For every man's dream. Every young man's dream.
I guess. I know it's not a brothel, but
Come on.
It's like, I don't know.
Come on.
If I had the money, I would do it.
You have the money. You have a savings account. Come on.
Oh, man. Oh, if I go,
we'll talk about this later.
We'll talk about this later. But my girlfriend will probably be like, "I'm coming with you." Like,
no, you're not. No, you're telling her it's a boys' trip. We're just not going to tell her that you're going to the Playboy Mansion.
See, freaking, it's like
she doesn't have to see those. But we'll get them in a paper copy so she can't hack your phone.
Yeah. Oh man!
All right. And with that, I am going to call it for this episode. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thanks to all of the cavemen.
Yes, the cavemen.
Thanks to the cavemen for watching this episode. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Spotify and all of our social medias for upcoming content. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you on the next episode.
Arrivederci.